Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the applications which I have deployed on the Kubernetes clusters provided by Podman, Ranker Desktop, and Colima. So I have already deployed Jenkins and SonarQube on the Kubernetes cluster K3s Ranker Desktop. So I will show you. I will open the cluster dashboard, and as you can see here in the services, I have okay, I will select NS Jenkins and NS SonarQube. So NB Jenkins and SonarQube is running, and if you go to the ingresses, so you will see the Jenkins ingress and SonarQube ingress is present on this host, and it is forwarding the traffic to NB Jenkins in the K3s cluster provided by Ranker Desktop. So let's see. I have already executed the SonarQube scan. Sorry, not this one. Yeah. Okay. So I have already executed. Now, since I have already deployed a Concurse application on Colima cluster, and I'm running the ingress from there. At port 443. So let me show you. So this is how I first provisioned the Colima cluster, deployed the Concurse using Helm chart, and then generated the self-signed certificate using OpenSSL, and then applied the ingress for the Concurse. So I'm currently tunneling the traffic ingress controller at port 443 from the Colima cluster. So that's why I cannot access these the Jenkins URL at HTTPS and HTTPS SonarQube because the ingress controller is not the ingress controller which is there in the Ranker Desktop cluster is not tunneled. So what I can do is to show this. I have already created the so if I go to the main dashboard in the port forwarding, as you can see, I have configured 8080 and 9000. So that's why I'm able to see these applications at local 8080 and 9000 which are deployed on the Ranker Desktop Kubernetes cluster. So let me show you that. So as you can see, local host 8080 and yeah, local host 9000. So let me log into SonarQube. Let me log into SonarQube. So yeah, so localhost 9000 is here, and at this SonarQube is served. Let's try to access, because as I said, the Concurse CI is already deployed on the Colima cluster. So as you can see, I will refresh it and let's see the pipeline. Hello world job. Okay. So as I can access it on the DNS concurse.vrm.local, and I have deployed again the Jenkins and SonarQube cube stack using Podman. So I will show you what I did. So in the Podman, I have this cube.yaml file, and I have specified here the host port. Let me show you. Yeah, host port 7080 for Jenkins controller, and one second. Host port for the Jenkins controller, and the second one, host port for SonarQube, is at 7000. So I can basically access these at 70, 80 and 7000. You can directly go to the Podman actually. Go here, NB Jenkins controller, or you can click here and, okay, not here. So here and click here, it will open directly the link. So you don't need to know the port. Yeah. And similarly, the SonarQube is running here. So I will log into the SonarQube. Similarly, the Sonar Cube is running at localhost 7000. So I will log into the Sonar Cube, and as you can see, I've executed the scan for hello dash world. So yeah, so all these applications are running in separate two cluster and one on Podman cube stack. Okay, so now let's see how Podman desktop is useful to navigate through the other resources. So as you can see, I'm connected to the Ranker desktop currently, Ranker desktop cluster. So that's the context which I've selected. Now if I go to the dashboard, let's see the deployments, and I will see the, oh sorry, not here, NS Jenkins. And okay, deployments are not there. Let's see the pods are here, so you can navigate and you can see the logs here. You can also SSH into any of the containers which are running in the Ranker desktop Kubernetes cluster, by the way. Then so this is how you can navigate. Now I switch to Colima. In Colima, I have deployed Concurs, and I have deployed that in Concurs namespace. You can go here, we'll go here in the pod. I can see the logs which are executed. I can SSH into this pod, right? So this is a Colima cluster. So so these two clusters are not provisioned by Podman, but still you can access them. Yeah. Let's see if we can deploy the cube stack, which is this cube stack, onto the Ranker desktop cluster. So I will switch back to Ranker desktop, and I will select the YAML file. So I will select this one, Jenkins Sonar Cube k3.yaml, and I will select it on the Kubernetes cluster, so Ranker desktop, and I will select the default namespace. So I want to show you what I have changed in this k3s.yaml. So it's the kube stack itself, which is nothing but the Kubernetes specification file. The only thing which I have changed is the storage class name. So in the k3s, there is no storage class called host path. So if you see the one which I deployed actually on the Podman cube stack, it is using the host path as the storage class, but that's not the storage class which is used in the k3s cluster. So that's the only thing which I have changed. Okay, so I will use this and I will deploy it to the Ranker desktop, and I will click play. Okay. As you can see, it is running all these containers onto the K3s cluster provisioned by Ranker desktop, so which is not provisioned by Podman. Okay, so it will take some while to run all these containers. Meanwhile, what we can do is we can see the Ranker desktop and see whether we can access a Colima cluster. Yeah, so I see these are the ones. Okay, these are the ones which are running onto the Ranker desktop, and let's now switch to Colima. So I don't see any. Okay. Right, go to the cluster dashboard. Let's see. Colima doesn't have any Jenkins and Sonar Cube. Colima only has Concurs. So as you can see, I do not see any workloads which are there in the Colima, but let's say I go to the Podman. So now in Podman, yeah, there are no resources in the default namespace of Colima, but I can switch to Concurs and I can see the workloads. So as you can see, Ranker desktop only, Ranker dashboard only displays, dashboard for the Kubernetes cluster only displays the workloads related to the cluster which is provisioned by Ranker. So I am guessing it's because due to the virtual machine. So they are basically, the dashboard is using the virtual machine where the cluster is situated. So that's why it is not it is not using a context, Kubernetes context, to switch to display those workloads. But Podman, it is using a context. As you can see, I can switch now to the Ranker desktop, and okay, so so the default one. So as you can see, I can switch and I can see all the workloads which are running. Okay, so let's see how it is going, the deployments. So as I can see, they are green, but let me see the logs. So SonarQube is operational. Let me see the NB Jenkins controller. The logs, okay. It is still not up and running. Let me see the summary. And okay, 51 seconds ago, back off. So 3 times back off happened. And I was not sure why. Okay, anyway, I can figure it out later why this is happening. But okay, so NB SonarQube is operational. What we can do is services are there. So this is running at 9000. Yeah, I can port forward here. But then, okay, remove 1 second. Okay, this is, I suppose, an issue with the port forwarding, because it is running at 9000 and I'm already running I'm already doing a port forwarding at 9000, I guess, from the Ranker itself, but it's another service. So I will show you where it is in the port forwarding. Yeah, so here I'm doing it, this one, sorry. So what I can do is I will cancel this one. Okay, so I will forward this NS SonarQube to 9900, and so as you can see here, I've already see the scan which is happening at 9900, and what I will do is I will forward the one which is there in the default namespace which we just deployed here in NB SonarQube, port forward it to 9000. Yeah. So this will now open the, okay, this is opening the node port. Oh, okay. And I have not initialized, so it would be a default credential, right? So okay, that's fine. I mean, so as you can see, you can also use the cube stack to deploy to the different cluster. So I selected the Ranker desktop cluster from the Podman. So Podman is really great user interface, has a really great user interface to switch to different cluster, to different workloads, even though the Kubernetes clusters are not provisioned by the Podman, because Ranker desktop only gives, you know, the overview of the workloads of the Kubernetes cluster provisioned by Ranker itself in its VM, and not really on the other cluster which are provisioned by the third-party applications like Podman.